brother always said that.
Ah, I left my glasses up on that.
My husband used to say,
Can't break mine in half.
"Don't come."
He will wait.
Don't come sitting on my doorstep, knocking at my door.
I'm just.
Right here. You're in the right place. I toured the Jones Island treatment plant a couple weekends ago.
Oh, for the open doors?
Yeah.
See, we went down there, we went down on Sunday, and it was closed on
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
Did you get a free bag in the morning?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why
that's
we
not where I
went.
went.
Not quite that,
I got no lawn.
not quite that cheap, is what
That's right, yeah,
Yeah,
here.
and it's really cheap fertilizer anyways, isn't it? They give you a little bag like this, like a little sample size bag.
Okay.
But I think my kid bought some diesel fuel. Diesel fuel and fertilizer.
Oh, I can tell you. Wait till after the meeting, yeah.
Yeah, I know the mics are on. You gotta know.
With that, Public Works will now be in session. The first item on tonight's agenda is item number 19. It's an ordinance to amend section 1.075 of the West Revised Municipal Code relating to adjustments to the sewer water management systems user charges.
Move approval.
Well, been moved by Alderman Weigel. Is there a second? Seconded by Alderman Ranky. Further discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
I assume this is adjustment with the county with
Yes,
for
sir.
the essentially
Basically,
taking into consideration all the green space that we use for our stormwater management.
it basically zeroes it
Yeah.
out.
Anybody else? With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 20 on tonight's agenda, an ordinance to repeal section 1011-2B of the West Dallas Revised Municipal Code relating to parking during snow emergencies.
Yeah, this is we're just deleting the section regarding snow emergencies, stay on your same side of the street. So we're throwing that out, as we talked about the last one.
Move for approval.
Moved by Alderman
Second.
Chaplowski, seconded by Alderman Rote. Further discussion?
So what is in place then, Mike?
Basically, just as you would park in the summer,
Yes.
alternate side.
Okay,
So it refers
Alternate.
back or defaults back to that.
to that.
To that.
Mr. Chair.
Those roads.
Alderman Weigel.
Mike, but we still have routes where there'll be no parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be the
Yeah.
real purpose of the snow emergency as far as citizen parking is going to be essentially just on the mains.
Yes.
No parking. But the side street parking will be, pretend it's July.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said at the last meeting, we need to make sure we get the word out on this because there's going to be some confusion.
Yes.
The paper promised me that they'd put something, maybe not this edition, but the next in there, and it's gonna be in the newsletter. It's gonna be, I'm not sure if it's on the website already, but
Yeah,
it
it
will
should
be
be.
on the website. I'm not quite sure what else we can.
Well, hopefully, I think it was more confusing in the past. I think this is going to be clearer.
Yeah.
And I think that's why,
I'm hoping that ignorance is bliss, that
Right.
they just keep doing.
Doing what they're doing.
and forget
plus
about
it gives us
Forget
the
about
ability to plow the other side of the street the next day or whatever,
it. Yeah.
which we didn't have in the past. So, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 22 on tonight's agenda, resolution relative to hiring, let's see,
Barrientos.
Barrientos,
Oh, did we
Design and
skip-
Consulting.
Did we skip one, Gary? I'm
Did I?
Yeah.
sorry. 21.
One stuck.
One on the page.
Did you get?
I did. Resolution to approve bid of UPI LLC for the sump pump installation and storm lateral extension on private property, South 57th Street from the North City limits to West Dallas National Avenue in the city of West Dallas in the amount of $263,896.50. Mike,
Move approval.
it's been moved by Alderman Weigel. Is there a second?
I imagine Mickey doesn't want to do it because don't you live on that street?
I'd like to hear explanation.
Well, second.
Second.
Then we'll
Okay,
discuss. it.
second.
There we go.
Seconded by Alderman Ranky. Thank you.
This is a
The chair
continuation
did
of
it
our,
too, so.
of the sump pump removal disconnection that we did on 56th Street, along with Cleveland Avenue around 76th Street. This is MMSD's money right now. This is part of their grant to us to do this work.
I see.
So it's not West Dallas taxpayer money.
Not right now, it's not, but don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The intent of MMSD, the DNR, is to eliminate clear water flow into our system. And in our judgment, this is the best way of doing it, is getting it slowly but surely, and it's all volunteer right now, to get the sump pumps off the sanitary system.
So basically, correct me if I'm wrong, this is for a number of properties, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
not
So-
Oh,
one
no, oh,
property.
yeah, we're-
That's
we're-
why
just
I
my
think I
house.
was apprehensive.
Yeah, that's all.
Chateau.
We know how to take care of our own.
It's a tough one.
That's a
It's a tough one.
that's a
I
pretty big
gotta
bill.
Mr. Chairman.
No, we got.
Alderman Chapletsky.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
is this the
yes.
same company that did 56th Street?
That I don't know. I'd have to check on that for you.
Okay, a few things that I heard. And if people haven't signed up for it yet,
They can still do it.
they can still do it, okay.
And they should do it.
And they should do it.
Yeah, because you can be
It's-
forced to do
it's-
it if you.
Yeah, it's free now, why not? It's only a matter of time.
Oh, sorry.
When money runs out.
Alderman Rote.
In your opinion, since though you mentioned DNR and MMSD, when do you think they're gonna start forcing our hand?
Maybe, I don't think longer than a couple of years. I mean, we've already got a court order that was a judgment in 2008 from the DNR that everyone agreed upon that to get rid of and start basically getting rid of the clear water in our system. So we're already under a decree and agreement with the court. Now, it won't take very long for MMSD to get there and say, well, okay, West Dallas, what else are you doing? You know, our money is dried up, and what are you gonna start doing with this? So I'm waiting for that. I'm patient, but I believe it's coming.
Eventually.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Number 22 on tonight's agenda, resolution relative to hiring of, here we go again, Herodotus Design and Consulting for providing architectural design and construction management services for the reconstruction of the damaged area of the farmer's market, an estimated sum not to exceed $22,000.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Chapletsky, seconded by Alderman Weigel. Is there further discussion? I think we talked about it last time. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 23 on tonight's agenda,
Move for approval.
been moved by Alderman Chapletsky. Is there?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Rote. Is there further discussion?
Mr. Chair, and if I'm.
You bet, Alderman Rowe.
The budgeted item, because Alderman Sankstock's not here. Okay, thank you.
Actually, that's usually Marty that says it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 24, resolution relative to the notice of hearing for the vacation and discontinuance of a portion of unimproved city alley right-of-way behind 2338-40 South 108th Street between 107th Street and 108th Street north of West Hayes Avenue.
Yeah, this is just north of Oscars. It's a unimproved alley. You never even recognize it as an alley. In fact, I think there's a hair salon.
Yes.
They're interested in
Yes.
getting rid of it. There's never been a bad alley vacation.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Ranky, seconded by Alderman Weigel. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I don't think I ever had a bad vacation either.
And this sets the public
25 we're
hearing.
gonna
We'll be
hold?
hearing about this again next month.
25 you're gonna hold?
Yeah, you gotta hold that till after the public hearing.
Yep. Number 26 on tonight's agenda is a communication from the Director of Public Works, City Engineer regarding continuing to place salt sand barrels. Mike?
Yeah, we, and have been, placing probably a couple hundred sand barrels in and around, various locations in the city. And for the most part, the vast majority of them are used just by private citizens going in there and getting a couple buckets of sand salt and putting it on their own driveway. My question to you tonight is, do you want us to take a look and bring back a recommendation list of eliminating this practice, other than at the intersections that are used for the public street, where either the police department or our own staff goes out there and salts the intersection, salts the area, or just want to keep the status quo and keep providing this service to the residents out there. I'm bringing it to you. I think it's kind of a waste of our resources doing this.
Mr. Chair.
Alderman Weigel.
Mike, I know the chicane on National and 84th Street, I know on slippery days, I've made the call, but I've also dug in that thing and thrown some sand out. salt or whatever, it's usually a mix, I think, in there.
Yeah, it's a mix.
So you would identify maybe a dozen or 2 dozen spots where they'd stay? I guess I didn't realize how, you said there's over 100 of them out there?
Yeah, we've got the 3 or 4 pages of fine print that you can see it on there, of locations that we do. And we have been cutting back kind of
Looks like
slowly.
57.
The ones that
It
aren't,
looks like
absolutely aren't
57.
used,
Yeah.
that are, we have been cutting back.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a longer.
Mr. Chair?
Are you done?
Well, I was just,
Hang on.
do we have any idea how much of this is used for its intended use? I mean, are some of them notoriously empty, even though, I mean, you probably know the ones that the neighbors are tapping for their own use, right? You start with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would sit down with my staff and I would take the time to identify those locations. But before I waste or spend that time, whatever it happens to be, I need to find out if you're even interested in pursuing this.
I'd say keep 84th and National, and get rid of the rest of them.
I would think it would be a good safer. I think you're absolutely correct on. Alderman Ranky.
Number of barrels, you have any idea how many barrels that we got out there in the city?
57.
57.
How many?
57.
57. Are you doing this, I know you have arterial removals, but would one of the reasons be that we're saving?
We're certainly saving on material, we're saving on manpower. I need other staff to be doing other things in winter, for example, pothole filling and that type of stuff. You know, we get it seems like we get 3 million potholes per mile out there during the winter months. I feel that I need to appropriate these people doing different jobs than going out there and filling these sand barrels.
Will you be giving us the locations if we approve this?
That's my
Because
intent. I would
we
just
do have key
yeah.
locations
Oh, yeah.
in the city that I want covered.
Sure, and I understand that. That's why I'm just here. If you want me to even look at this, I will come back with a listing of spots that I think we should keep and a spot that we should eliminate at that time. This is just to place on file, just to throw the idea out to see if you even want to do it. Because this will take a little bit of work.
Mr. Chair. Alderman Rowe.
Once we do this, can we reverse it? Like Fred Smith has always used it to thaw out and clear out his catch basin on city property, and we took Fred Smith's. Can we get it back to him if he's?
You're the policymakers. Yes, I mean, if you want to bring that back, yeah, I mean, we'll put it back. If you tell me to put it back, we'll put it back.
So if we have a request, say, from several constituents, you would consider that?
Of course, I mean, I don't, it's you guys that make that direction. I mean, I'll
Okay.
put out 3 million of these things if you want me to.
He's stuck in this
To manage the 3 million
3 million potholes.
3 million
So
potholes.
we're gonna get barrels of salt for every one of the potholes.
57 are plenty.
So, that's my question to you tonight. I mean, do you want?
My
you want
opinion's
to
yes.
discuss this?
Yes.
My opinion.
Great idea.
Go on your
I would
discretion.
say,
Because you know when you get
we
the
could
thing
use it on a
never
trial
used.
period, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry, Rick.
Yep, but no, that's a.
Trial
Still-
period maybe for this coming winter and report back to us on if it works.
I think
Well,
if we
we'll
get
come
complaints
back.
for ones being removed, we can put them back.
Yep, okay.
A motion?
No, it's a communication, move place on file.
Second.
Oh, yeah, he'll draw it up. Moved by Alderman Weigel, seconded by Alderman Ranky. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. On the same notion,
Move for approval.
this one is
No,
for,
that's
all
different. That's-
right, communication from the Director of Public Works regarding discontinuing some salt routes. These are trucks going down the road.
Attached to that, and I believe I sent it around. I hope I did. Of course, we salt, major arterials and have been for a while, but looking at the list, and again with the same thing, talking about the sand salt barrels, I believe that we're salting out there some streets that simply aren't the major streets in town. For example, Washington Street from 70th Street East. I mean, I don't know why we're doing that. We're doing Walmer Road from National to 108th Street. That's basically a residential roadway. 119th Street from Oklahoma to Morgan is, at least in my opinion, a residential street. Why are we doing that?
Alderman Sengstack lives on that road.
I've been told a lot of different stories, which I'm not going to. We do the Cleveland Avenue, the service drive, basically in front of Michael's and the liquor store there. I mean, why? I mean, it's essentially a private parking lot, is what that is.
We'd
Roger
still-
Street.
We'd still
Service
plow
drive?
these.
Oh, yes.
We'd still plow.
But we wouldn't be
Yes.
salting them in the way of having a clear pavement, having bare pavement from curbing to curbing.
The only thing on this one, what I would ask is to hold it till the next meeting, give everybody a copy of this. I think all the aldermen, because I'm seeing, for instance, one of them I'm seeing on here is 100th Street, Slinger to Greenfield, and that's like a major route, especially with the detours coming through.
And that's not,
So I think there's some on here maybe we might want to look at, each alderman and, you know, if it's a side street, I agree 100%. But if there's something where they're going, oh, I know why. It's an access to a school, they use that for the back street, or I don't know. But I think on this one, perhaps just hold it to the next meeting, but get us a copy
I will do that.
of these streets, so we can look through it. Yeah, it's not gonna snow between, well, it might, I guess, Saturday night, it's fine. But there's quite a few on here, and I'd like to take a look at some of these.
And again, my whole intent was just to present it to you and see if you're even interested in pursuing it before, again.
I'm gonna go to Alderman Chaplesky first.
These are regular, like the 70th Washington, 70th East. It's a regular city street.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
why wouldn't we? Matter of fact, the city's largest taxpayer is on that street. So why wouldn't we salt it?
It's basically just people going into the parking lots over there. I don't think that we should be salting that street as much as we're salting and keeping bare pavement on Lincoln Avenue, on Greenfield. I don't think that's as important of a street to provide that level of service to that roadway compared to, again, the Lincoln Avenues, the 60th Streets, those type of roadways.
So you're saying that we'll salt it?
No, we'll plow it. We'll continue to
Just
plow
plow.
it.
But no salt.
We're not salting.
No, we don't salt every
My proposal is not
street.
salting. Yeah, we don't salt every street up.
But you do salt side streets.
When those time comes, yes, we
When-
got
when-
routes
when-
for.
when necessary.
And they would be put on from this listing, which is basically a bare pavement from curbing to curbing listing, to our residential, when we go out and do residential local streets list.
Okay.
Again, I see Theodore Schrecker Way from 106. That's a major route.
It is. I mean, yeah.
That's, anybody that lives in that area, that's right where they drive to get out of the subdivision, that or Washington, one of the two. So I think there's some on here that maybe we need some discussion on. I'm not against it, but I would suggest that we make copies. There's 4 pages of them here. Everybody get a copy of this, all 10 aldermen. And if they see one in there, call you directly and ask it to be eliminated or,
Mr. Chair?
yeah, Alderman Weigel.
So if I understand it correctly, we wouldn't be eliminating salting these streets. We're just gonna reprioritize them. So that when we're in a snow emergency and we're fighting against a heavy, wet 6-incher, that we're getting Greenfield and National Highway 100 done, and then we wouldn't go back and, so it's really a reprice. So that when you do the side streets, then you'd come back and pick up all these, you know, yeah, I agree with that. So. But, and Alderman Barzak's suggestion that we all get a list and
Yeah,
help me prioritize.
Yep, we can go through this and, oh, my street just got taken off. I know.
My street's
I
still
said,
on.
my street is getting taken off. Alderman Rhodes.
If we can get some sort of breakdown of what we're gonna save.
We'll give you the best estimate we can. It'll be a hard number, but we'll give you something.
So 27 is going to be held, and we're all going to get a copy, all 10 aldermen, and the direction would be to call Mike directly and ask that that particular street be left on with your reason why. Fair enough? With that, that would conclude Public Works, and I'll turn the meeting over to Michael Chaplesky, Chairman of License and Health.
Thank you. Let's call license health to order. First person up here, Robert Porter Jr. Good evening. Okay, you were to the licensed health meeting last week, Tuesday. Right. And this is for the application for a license for the Super Video. And there was questions on the report about robbery in your place and the smell of marijuana and the flower pots.
Yes.
Okay. And we do have the report that came in here. So does anybody have any comments?
Mr. Chair?
Gentlemen, Mr. Wagon, Alderman Wagon.
I'm reading this, I haven't seen a Milwaukee
Yes.
report before, and it looks to me like one of the items that you reported stolen was a metal container containing marijuana. That's listed in here as a stolen item.
Well, and I'm just gonna for the record, it was like a small thing. It didn't have marijuana in there. I just told them that it was small and it had personal items. They assumed that it was marijuana. They assumed that it was marijuana, and I did admit that I had a joint, but it was about this big, and I said it was a roach.
Well,
So
last time you were here, you told us it was all about confusion between your pepper plants and marijuana plants.
and that's what it was. But I admitted to the officer that was stolen. He asked what was in the container, and I admitted to the officer that was the only thing that was in the container. But also what was in there was personal items such as my driver's license, social security card, and other bank, financial, and personal things.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, I'm just going to say, I think we told Mr. Porter that if he brought this in, got us a copy of the police report, and backed up the story about it being pepper plants versus marijuana plants, I don't think there's even a mention of plants in there anymore, so.
But, okay, just for clarification, Alderman Wago, he also did say that the police report is going to say
Yeah.
that they're for
But I don't
marijuana.
think he told us that one of the things you reported stolen was marijuana.
No, that he did not say.
Well, marijuana wasn't stolen though.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Barzak.
if you were applying for a bartender's license, I would be saying, no way. Absolutely not. But for the license you're applying for, I don't really have a problem with it.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Rhodes.
and again, I just wondering, how did you get here tonight?
I took the bus actually.
Okay, I don't know, when people aren't there, he said he had the pots for growing green peppers. And that's why he was gonna try to grow some green peppers. So, for the people who weren't there. So,
I can be sad either way.
I don't know if anybody would make up a story like that, so that's why, that's why I believe him.
It really-
Who's gonna say I'm growing
Even
green
my
peppers
boss
or
was
something?
like,
Just-
well, because I even showed her the police report as well. She said the same thing. It sounds, ridiculous, but, I showed it to her and she was like, well, you wrong. I went through the trouble to go and get the police report, and, I went and called and made the report though. So I don't understand why I wouldn't incriminate myself though.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Barzak.
I wasn't at the meeting. I couldn't make it, and kind of heard about everything. And when I saw the report, I immediately went, there's no way this guy's going to get this license. It's just not going to happen. What I think you're giving us is a bunch of bull, personally, and I'm supporting you.
Yeah.
I'm the one saying, for the license you want, I don't have a problem you getting this license. If it was a
Right.
bartender's license, I'd be saying no way. But personally, I think you're giving us a bunch of bull.
Oh, okay.
That's between me and you, and I'm supporting you. So.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Singstock.
Mr. Porter, I would have to concur with Alderman Barrs that the nature of your application in terms of what you will be doing, we're not involved with any drugs or, any alcohol. I don't like the fact they didn't report all of your vehicle and motor vehicle violations. Some of these are so relatively current, and I recognize the fact again that it's operating without suspension, unless I think that you have to. And you speak very well, and I think you come across with candor. But you got to understand that when you're asking any application for whatever job or that you intend to be doing, you have to be just list everything you have. I think that an employer will look more favorably upon your application where you just list everything. Not to be held against you. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
And again, I was not here last week either, in terms of the discussion on marijuana versus peppers. But I will support you, but I just hope that nothing happens to you where we're involved with drugs or alcohol while working with it during the day.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Oh.
just one more. We all have to
Oh,
go.
no.
Yeah.
I guess I'm right lockstep with Alderman Barzak. I think it's a lot of bull too, because nobody raises peppers outdoors in the middle of November.
Well,
I'm not buying it.
Okay.
I'm in support too.
all right, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, can we hold this for about maybe 5 to 10 minutes? And then let's go through some other stuff, and I'll let you know when we can vote on this.
Does anybody have any problem with that?
I don't.
5, 10 minutes, you want us to hold it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
As soon as somebody's back up from downstairs.
Can you have a seat there? 5, 10 minutes.
Somebody's missing.
Okay.
He's coming back.
Okay, Jonathan Rangsdorf?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Jonathan, you were here also last week.
I was.
And I believe, let's see, you requested, Olin Weigel? What did we request from him? I believe it.
I don't remember.
It was
You didn't, if I may, if you
Go
didn't
ahead.
request really anything, remember I had the court date the next day?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
that
that's
was-
it, okay.
And
So many of
I
them.
went to court, I talked to the prosecutor, and I guess there's like a backup on the blood at the state lab, and they couldn't have results, so I got my court date postponed again. I talked to the prosecutor, and he said, and the judge, and it's postponed till early February. And as far as, I mean, everything that happened, like I said last week, I sought help for everything that I got involved in previously, like past mistakes, and I am clean now and everything like that, so.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Singstein.
so you have one operating while intoxicated, that's the one
the
that's
one
pending. Other than that, you have it, there's no other involvement with a violation for alcohol. You've had some speeding, some traffic violations.
Yes, a couple traffic
Tell me about this possession of narcotic.
Okay. I think it was 3-4 years ago, maybe in March, and that's when I was involved in pills, and I went to go buy pills from a person, and it was like a kind of like a sting where the police officer was in the car when I approached it, and I got brought into the station. I cooperated with them fully and went through a different investigation with the Greenfield Police Department. And I didn't get jailed, or I didn't even get ticketed. I just got brought in, and that's basically the end of it. After I cooperated, all charges were dropped.
You indicated are you presently under consideration by some business in West Dallas?
Yes.
And where is that?
Sir Gregory's Pub on 75th and Beloit.
He's aware of all of this?
He's my uncle. Yes.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
Alderman Barzak, just so you know, the reference to this blood test, our concern was that in his recent drunk driving arrest, whether it was just alcohol in his blood or if there was
Narcotics.
yeah, that was our concern, and that was what we were waiting for, but now it turns out we're not going to get that information in any kind of timely manner to help us make a decision here.
I move approval, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, if I could.
Hold
Well,
on.
I got a
Sorry.
motion on the table.
Okay, go ahead.
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
If the issue is as Alderman Weigel said, then the motion for approve is good, but what I think you ought to do is, when we get the results back, when it takes the hygiene lab somewhere between 9 months and a year, so you're not going to get it anytime soon, but sometime during the next licensing year, or this licensing year, I expect you would get it back. If it shows that he has either illegal substances or prescription drugs that are either he doesn't have a prescription for or exceed the therapeutic levels, bring it back and we can evaluate what you want to do in terms of revocation at that point, because I understand the representation from this gentleman is that you've been off drugs.
Yes, I went to rehab for it.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Rowe.
Further discussion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what was that, you told us something about a purse last time. I didn't quite get that connection.
Oh, I don't think I said anything.
Wasn't that some
not
guy
a
you were
purse.
going through purses or something?
No, that wasn't me. That might have been the person before me,
No.
but it wasn't. I didn't say anything about a purse.
Okay, and then also if I may, Scott, Jenna had said that she could maybe, this was at last Tuesday's meeting, make a phone call to speed up, that she maybe could call whoever to get results almost immediately. Is that accurate, or?
No.
Okay.
Or she has connections, she has
If
better
she's got-
connections than you.
If she has got connections, they're better than mine, but no, I mean, the
Okay, like-
hygiene lab is backed up big time, and OWI firsts are not a high priority, so they don't
Okay,
get done quickly.
all right. I guess further discussion is, I hope you don't disappoint us, and we're going with, if the test results come back, do we have to amend that? Or is that?
We go
No,
for
I think we
revocation.
go
We just
for
go for
revocation, and the
revocation.
record, I think the record would reflect that's,
Because he's on record as saying that he was not on
Because
right.
And,
I've,
and are we gonna audit, is there some sort of mechanism set up so we'd automatically get these results, Scott? Is there something that your staff needs to
Yeah,
do?
we'll
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
Make sure that we get them.
We'll get the report because we're prosecuting the OWI case, and so when we get it, we'll look at it and see if there are
Oh, okay.
any,
Okay.
One more
any
thing.
drugs.
Okay, yeah.
Alderman Rowe.
and if I may say also, Greg Hans called me about you. I've known Greg longer than you have.
Okay.
I went to high school with him, okay?
All right.
100 years ago. And he had mentioned that, and he said, no, kid's a good kid, he's got no problems. Greg knows about this.
He knew.
He doesn't know about it, does he?
No, he does know that I had a drug problem a couple years ago. He doesn't know. I don't think he knows that I got
And we-
that 3 years ago, anything with that. But he knows I went to get help for
Okay,
drugs.
and we have a motion, and I'll support it too, only because I know Greg. We have never seen Greg in here, ever. He runs a good bar.
Yeah.
And when we revoke your license, if you disappoint us, I will come and get it.
Okay.
Okay, is there any further discussion on this?
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Taking a chance with that.
Yep. Good luck.
Flyer.
Jonathan Klug.
Yeah, we have here now.
Appearance.
Okay.
Okay, we spoke, once again, Tuesday, he overslept and he wasn't here Tuesday. So, we voted to, someone's complaint for removal of the license. He had called me then and we talked it over and so that, we figured we'll bring it back to the committee or have it on the committee agenda and discuss it again. Now, he wants to transfer the license to another place, but he doesn't have a place, correct? You don't have a
Not at
place yet?
this time, no.
At this time.
I'm just, I'm
And-
in
and-
conversations with,
And when did you
Different people.
shut down the other place?
it was the last week of June, actually.
Okay.
And I
So
did,
we're talking about 60 days ago.
End of the year?
Well, 1 second.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
have a thought.
so, I don't know.
Mr. Chairman?
How long can we hang, Scott, as far as this license, there is no technically a place there, but this was the license for 13, 14. And so it's just kind of hanging there. What legally can we do?
Well, the notion of reserving a license died probably, what, Jim, 15?
Yeah, yep.
18 years ago.
Right.
We used to allow bars to reserve licenses, and they'd have them in their hip pocket like
Yeah.
like crazy.
Right.
And, they'd sell them to the next bidder coming along and make a ton of cash. We got rid of that system and instituted a quota, so we are above quota. Where are we at?
Above.
They were
Above quota?
Above quota,
So these
yeah.
are, licenses that are out there. They're supposedly after 30 days they're subject to revocation. He's been over 90 days now that he's been closed. The longer you wait, the less effective the ordinance is, basically. But there's nothing that says you have to act.
Alderman Singleton.
So I have a concern that you're just out shopping the license. You're looking to move that license somewhere else, not necessarily be involved with it.
no, I would definitely be looking to open another place. I'm looking, I had an appointment set up for Pleasant Valley Inn the other day, but the realtor died over the weekend, last weekend. And so there wasn't anybody to show me the property, so I have not been inside of it yet.
A lot of work that has to be done down there. A lot of work.
I've never been inside the property, so I can't tell you, yeah, I'm gonna take that over next week.
But you don't even know if they want to lease it. The
Right.
place is for sale. Matter of fact, the place I believe is in foreclosure. Am I correct?
That is correct.
You know, and so
When I've
personally,
also-
I think it's a long shot for them to say, okay, we're going to lease it to you. You know, and then there's also the personal property. Monica, he still has outstanding personal property.
20.
Yeah, outstanding taxes.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
John, I think the point is that if this is gonna work, you need to make it work quickly. And it can't be, well, this one fell through, now I got something else to work on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
totally understand.
we're not gonna let this go on and on forever, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you're a valuable asset in the community, we'd love to see you stay here and find some way to make it work out for you. But the idea is, as the city attorney said, you know, we got these rules for a reason, and.
Sure.
And, you know, so you need to get on and stick with this, if it's gonna be that, and if it's not gonna be that, you should probably be looking at all your other second and third and fourth and fifth choices all at the same time. Because this is not gonna carry through the winter, you know?
Sure.
I mean, I'd rather see a quick resolution to this, so.
So what would your recommendation be for time?
You wanna put I mean,
What would you choose?
I'm gonna say 30 days, 60 days, I guess I could go 60 days.
Why don't you do your November license and health meeting?
And then just make the
So,
final
and
decision.
understand, you'll need to come with a signed lease or an accepted offer of purchase and the ability to pay back the personal, at least the personal property taxes that are owed to the city of West Dallas from your previous location.
Sure.
You know, so this isn't, you know, there's no freebie card here being handed to you. It's just another chance to try, you know, I don't know if you're looking for partners or, you know, whatever you're gonna need to do, you know, it's gonna have to happen quick.
Okay.
So.
Mr. Chairman?
Alderman Singstock.
And John, you also must understand that previously, the Pleasant Valley location, that had been a licensed location, and then the license no longer is with that property. And that goes back years and years and years for that location. Now, and that's right in the midst of a residential area. And I, you know, that may be a tough, a tough opportunity to have the neighbors support that, because it's all residential in there, but just goes back years and years and years ago, probably back in the 50s when that became a licensed entity down there. And then the license just was surrendered, I believe it was surrendered, and that's it. So to let you know, that's gonna be a long process for you to make application over there, offer to purchase, come in, that's gonna take months
Public
and months
hearing?
and months, public hearing.
Yeah, there's no guarantee that even if you get,
Yeah.
if you can get a
That's not
lease
the
there.
only, that's
yeah.
not the only place that I'm
Yeah.
looking at.
That's why I wanted to make sure that you understood
Yeah.
that you should be cooking all your pots right now.
No, and John, and Alderman Weigel is right, we'd like to see you stay in West Dallas. You know, you're an asset, I mean,
Yeah.
people know who you are, and, you know, you've got a history of success, but we just can't hold on.
Sure, I
It's just with a
understand.
policy forever and ever, ever in these licenses.
We would not be doing what we're doing right now if we didn't have the sincerity of saying, we want you to stay here.
Yes.
We
I
wouldn't even
understand
be
that.
doing
So,
this.
so we're gonna be holding this
Hold
for
it.
60
No.
days then?
Yeah.
Do we put on the agenda in the, let's see,
It'd
November?
be December, huh? It'd be December, 60 days going into.
First council
wouldn't
meeting
it?
in
Yeah.
December, 16th.
Yeah, December.
Yeah, first council.
December meeting.
Okay,
Right.
so that's on hold.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bring his back.
Okay, do I have a motion on Robert Porter?
Move to approve.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed?
No.
Motion carries,
Yeah.
thank you.
Don't disappoint us.
I won't.
So now Monica's yelling at me for scribbling here. Okay, that's all. Oops.
Now our sheet over here, your sheet makes.
How can I say, yeah, how can I say, that's all?
I didn't bring mine, sorry.
Vince Scardina.
I thought he was gonna go if he drove to, that he didn't catch it.
Mr. Chairman?
Yep. Alderman Singstein?
It doesn't happen very often, at least for this committee, that someone that goes out, as you guys have done in a short time framework, and access the funds needed to, at least in my opinion, satisfy my concerns that your present license should not be extended. I think it should be. I understand that you have discussed with the city attorney a time framework within which you can bring in, I think there's some additional funds.
Right.
And I've been down at your place probably once a month for the last 20 years, and I walked in there on Saturday and was just totally amazed that not many shelves left in there.
Right,
Very,
right.
very little inventory left, and
it's a
I was hoping that it wasn't the beginning of the end over there, and
Well,
that you
things
truly
are
are
tight.
making an effort to.
Things are tight.
Yeah, I
right
understand
now.
it, but and thank you very much for coming in with the funds yesterday. It helps us a lot for our financial coffers. It shows you're meeting up with your good faith attempt to stay in business.
I just wanted to show you, this is my realtor.
Hi,
Right.
my name's Colleen O'Halloran. I work for Shore West. And Vince had asked me to come in, and I just printed out some different things that we're trying to do to help finish up the $20,000. The first one is we do have the property on 5935 West Beloit for sale. It's been a short period of time. It's only been 47 days. And it's we do have several different people interested in the property. We're trying to, find a really good community contributor. Right now, we currently have someone that's still interested in possibly doing a daycare there. And then Vince also, his mother, and Vince has power of attorney. His mother owns a home in Muskego. And Vince did sign an accepted offer on the 18th of September for $375,000. I've got a copy of the accepted offer right here. We are in the process right now of we just extended the inspection contingencies till the middle of next week. And we have a very, very good person that did offer to pay for the
Right. So what time frame for the remainder of the money do you have in mind? You kind of waiting for all this to close, or?
Right.
So what time are we kind of looking at?
Being a realist, Vince, what's the time frame?
I know these
I
things
don't know
take
how
more.
this usually goes. I mean, do you know how many? I don't know
Realtor
how long
might-
it takes for At this kind of point, stuff. I would have to say with regards to the Muskego property, I'm looking at, if all goes to plan, which I'm very, very intent on making it work. I'd say within about 2 months on this, maybe 3. And then with regards to the property on Beloit Road, I really don't have a time frame, but I'm very actively marketing it, and we have a ton of traffic coming in there.
Okay, so if we give, let's say
December?
3 months.
December? January, first meeting in
And I
January?
have-
Because did Jenna talk to make it the deal, or?
No.
No, that's your thing, so.
No, you gave them till the end of September to
Right.
pay it in full, and if not, you would revoke.
Right.
They came in yesterday and paid $50,000.
Of
We
the,
still owe almost $21,000 in personal property taxes and over $326,000 in real estate taxes.
okay, the real estate taxes are owed mainly to the county, or is still some of it to us?
No, they're owed to the city, and then we get paid by the county, but
Right.
our ordinance includes them both.
Okay.
In the
Mr. Chair? When was the closing date on the
For the
Muskego property?
The Muskego property. The person does have a home sale contingency. His home is in Waterford. It's, I really don't want to get into the personal business of this
Right.
other individual. The home is actually assessed at $545,000, so it's a very nice home. Hopefully, I'll be able to list that for him. So there's the home sale contingency on the property in Waterford, and then 45 days to close on the property. After he sells his home, 45 days to close from there. But he is he does work for the city, you know. He's got a very good job, and his wife does as well, so I don't foresee any problems with them.
But in the meantime, though, too, we'll continue to make payments on whatever we owe still until we can get the rest of it paid off. We're not
So-
gonna just stop and let it go and sit for a couple months not paying anything. We'll keep paying on it.
Right, okay, so Scott, it's basically up to us just to make the determination on extended period, or how does everybody else feel?
Mr. Chair,
No problem.
sounds like now we're waiting for some unknown third party to sell their house in Waterford.
Correct.
That's what you're telling us. And,
Well-
and you don't even have that property listed, right?
Not yet.
And so does that mean no one else has that property listed? So this house in Waterford, is it even on the
We're
market?
in the process of getting the inspection
Well,
inspection.
the house in
contingency.
Waterford, is it
Not
listed?
yet.
It's not, so that house isn't even listed right now.
Not yet.
Yeah. This just sounds like it's just dragging out more and more and more. Sorry.
Mr. Chairman?
Depending upon the inspection.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that.
Okay, done, Mark?
You know, they could have gone out and done nothing. You know, and we've given them a lot of time. He could have, $50,000 he brought in. I'm not gonna turn myself against this guy in this business. I have no problem giving an extension. If the sale of this property in Mosquito comes to fruition, and hopefully it does, it looks to me like we'll be sitting in terms of your commitment to the committee that you're gonna be coming in with some money to pay those real estate taxes.
Well, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I have some real estate taxes to pay there too, of course. But I'm definitely going to put something towards the
But
real
your
estate
intent
taxes.
is ultimately to leave the city in terms of what your past business has been.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it's up to the committee in terms of how long.
I mean,
How long we want to go out on this, if at all.
I mean, I'm not going to sit back and wait till the warehouse is sold. I'm going to still continue to make some type of payment on the personal property taxes, even though the warehouse isn't sold. Even though I made the $50,000 payment, so even if it's $1,000 here, $1,000 there, regardless whatever I can do.
Is there any way that you can commit yourself to a specified sum of money every month?
Well, we were doing
I mean, again,
$1,000 a
but
month.
they did that. Okay.
We were doing $1,000 a month.
Commit yourself to that and continue forward with that until the day, the time frame is
Until the day we sell it, I can do that.
Why don't we, as long as we're bringing the other one,
Bartlett.
why don't we bring them in the same first meeting in December?
Yeah.
And get an update.
So that's,
I'd be
we have
happy
2 months.
with that. That's,
2 months.
it gives you, by that time, we might know, is it listed, what's going on? Get a huge update. The $50,000 to me is a huge commitment that you're serious
more than
and that you
three-quarters.
heard us loud and clear.
Exactly.
Definitely. I haven't been able to sleep because this
Totally
is
understand.
everything I have.
We've been on the phone
know.
together on a daily basis, probably 4 or 5 times a day. And I've been trying to get a good, decent business in there. We've had a couple.
We
people
appreciate
come
that,
through.
too.
Right. We've had a couple of different ideas being thrown around that, might not work out the best for the community, so. But we are day and night on the phone with each other.
But everything's got to go through the common council too, because it's a residence and a business underneath. So so whoever goes in there has to be approved by the common council.
Right.
So it's not like you're just selling a home and you're buying a home.
You're talking the West Dallas property, not
the
the
West Dallas property.
Yeah, same thing like Marty
I
has,
don't know
sort
if
of.
I don't know if every property would have to be a special use for that.
I don't think every mixed use is a special use.
Right.
so.
Right now, it's a mixed use.
Yeah, it's a mixed use.
And was it a mixed?
It was a liquor.
It was a liquor
liquor
store.
We'd have
store.
to, we'd have to talk to our development department to check with that, or zoning. But not every person that comes in there would have that.
We've
So,
had, the
have to
different
check with
ideas
that.
that have been kind of tossed around have been, for example, exercise facility. We've had a couple of people come in. One person kind of wanted to do.
Well, I I don't know
Okay, I'm
what they
sorry.
all are. I know there was one that I know that
I told him
the
I
neighborhood
talked
would
too
not
much,
be
so I
happy with it.
apologize. But
That's not gonna
I'm
go
working
through.
very,
So,
very
but,
hard. We have a possible
When you go
daycare
through?
center right now that we're trying to
That'd be
get
great.
in there.
First meeting in December.
So we're gonna hold it till the first meeting in December. You just come back, give us an update. Hopefully you'll have good news on what goes on with everything.
I hope
else.
so too, because
But keep
that's
going
my
and keep
living
that
as
business
well.
going and,
Yep.
and, you know, see what happens.
My main objective is to, like he says, the shelves are bare, because I gotta squeeze
Right.
money out of somewhere, and if it means a little less in the store, to keep my store open right now, that's what I have to do. It's just,
Okay.
but after all this is over with, we can kind of bring things back up again.
Okay.
We're getting close to Christmas, and Christmas starts to get busy, so
Okay.
You know what you need to do.
Yeah.
yeah,
so just
Nobody has to
see
tell
you,
you.
see you back in December then.
alrighty.
Right. Good luck.
Should have
Thank
better
you.
answers.
Thank you.
All right, thank you again.
Did you send a letter to Les Paulo?
No.
Oh, we didn't have them in?
Thanks for your
They
time.
didn't show up on Tuesday.
Stipulation is signed.
Stipulation was signed by them, but we didn't discuss really the stipulation. Oh yeah, Jenna did discuss the stipulation kind of.
Yeah,
But there was
15 days.
But we didn't. Yeah, because
Well, because one of the days it started yesterday.
Started yesterday.
oh, that's what it was. Yeah. So did police go by and check to see if they were closed?
Well, they can be open, it's just no alcohol, correct? The restaurant can be open, if I understand this correctly.
Restaurant, not the. I understand the other part.
There could be no alcohol served, so that they could still be.
Ted Atkinson, is Deputy Chief Bosch still out there?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah, do we have anything checking? Yes, please.
I know Jenna talked to Jessica Johnson about it, told her to make sure they check.
Keep an eye
Right.
on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Oh,
answer
so
we're looking
I
for.
Okay, never mind.
Well, we were
I think we just got the
I'm
answer.
just
He's
kidding.
awake.
Las Palmas was, as of yesterday,
As of yesterday.
we shut them down for 15 days.
Well,
No.
we took away
Or
their
their liquor.
liquor license, so you can serve food, but they can't serve liquor. And
Okay.
so I'd
Wine
like
or
to
liquor.
make
So if you
sure
guys are in the
somebody
neighborhood,
goes in there and, not on a regular basis, but, more spontaneous and just check to see if any alcohol is being served and everything.
So when can they
That's-
start selling liquor again?
15 days.
15 days.
October
Yes.
15th.
October 15th.
Okay,
Okay?
perfect.
Thank you.
So, okay, so then
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah, that's it. So then we have number 37. What do we do just, with their license and all these licenses? Are we okaying them? We're gonna wait till it's over with? How does that move ahead with?
The findings or
Because if they
recommendations.
violate it, I don't wanna go through all this again.
No, so we just hold it?
Yeah, you can hold it.
Number 37, does that need to be approved?
That's findings and recommendations. That's probably the one we have to vote on. Or no. 'Cause it says,
Well, but yeah, if they violate it, that's just gonna be another allegation. So you can do these findings and recommendations, close them for the 15 days, then if they're in violation, that's grounds to take further action against the license.
so, okay.
Well, approval of
but
the findings. Commissioner,
Just
Mr.
a
Chair.
second. Pardon me? Okay, but 38 is the summons of complaint, and 39 is the license. So we can vote on all of these? And summons complaint, if we let someone's complaint go and they violate it, don't we have to start it all over again?
Yeah, but there would be new allegations anyway. These allegations would be that they operated without a
Okay,
license.
so we're voting
Nothing's
to,
lost.
let's do 37 because we have to vote to approve on this one, I believe. And the other two we just place on file, or do we approve the
I think
license
we-
too?
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
I think on number 39, which would be their new license, I think we hold
Hold that.
Hold that
I'd
for
say that,
15
yeah.
days. They're operating under, there's no reason for us to renew that right
Yeah.
now. They can operate if they can operate and at least keep their noses clean for 15 days,
Then we
then we
vote
can
on it.
approve it.
Right, 237, 38,
So-
and approve those. And place a file, someone's complaint on file. Approve on file.
Okay, so the motion from Alderman Sings, I have a
Second.
second. Alderman Barzak is to place on file number 38 and go for approval on number 37. Okay, is there any further discussion on either one of these? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Then we have item number 35, is a various license bartender applications.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
36 is your discretion, it's a,
I have to have
don't
it.
even have 30.
I have to have it to have my discussion.
I kept it in the office.
I guess it wasn't, I guess it really wasn't my discretion. So- She was overruled. Overruled me.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Weigel.
and I know this is, a fair game on item number 36, because we're back at this bartender/sales clerk. There was some confusion. Apparently, in the past, liquor store cash register operators didn't need the same got a different license as tavern operator. Is that correct?
There were two different classes, class 1 and class 2. So there was the bartender and then the packaged goods operator.
Yeah, the package.
But technically, the state law says one operator license. So it's not like a bartender license, it's an operator license. And it covers both bartenders and sales clerks.
I mean, as we had an example tonight where it was a young lady that, just wants to work in a liquor store. I mean, is that something that's out of our hands? Can we,
Yeah, that's state.
Can we create a liquor store only license? No.
That would be a legal question.
I'm not so sure we can, but I think whatever the state has in the books, that's what we incorporate their laws, and I don't think we can. Scott can
That'd be a question
advise.
for Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe we can.
I don't think we can, no.
Because that's a stopper, and just like we can't put restrictions on it. Well, they're going to work at an Applebee's, and we don't have a problem with that. But what if they get fired from there and end up working at some dump somewhere,
Right.
and end up in trouble?
I don't think we can create anything that the state doesn't have on the books.
Yeah,
You would know that, Marty. It's just-
I read it every year. Once a year,
But
I just read
it's true that we used to have that package goods. It was
Yeah.
easier to act
Yeah.
upon that because it is a valid point that once we give this, they could go out and 10 bars somewhere,
Yeah.
couldn't they? It's true.
Okay, seeing nothing else?
Move adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This is the old package.
Okay, this is for you and Alderman.